Hey YouTube, this is Don Freeman coming at y'all again. Wanted to show y'all something. As you see on my front screen here on my Robinhood account, had a big drop. I had opened up that margin account like I was saying in the last video because I wanted to hit the ex-dividend date on the qqqy, and so I bought that on around the 28th, and then as you see, around the next day, I went from 14,398, and then to early morning this morning, uh, it dropped when they put out the, I guess, how much the dividend's going to be, which is like I think 93 cents a share. So it was a really big drop, probably around 4% of the stock, but that tends to happen in a lot of covered call ETFs. As you see right here, I got 1,077 shares, but from margin, I actually bought 1,014, and so I look to get that dividend in about several days into next week, and once that dividend comes in, um, it's at 93 cents. It's going to be a little over $1,000, and so I think I'm gonna take that dividend. And depending on what happens with the stock, because as you can see, the stock is kind of down right now, but I expect it to bounce back from that big drop right there. So, if it bounces back after I get the dividend, I'm definitely going to sell out of it. And then what I'll probably do is I'll buy some of this Coinbase Yield Max, the Coney. One thing I did that I haven't told y'all was I took my large position in the YYY. I was down a little bit, but I've held it over 2 years, so I figured now would be a good time at the end of this in December to get some tax farming. So I sold out of that, and I put most of it into the Coney, buying the Coney, and some of it into buying my SDVI. So I probably bought about uh, 37 shares or so of that. So I'll get a dividend from the SDVI, and then I'll get a dividend from my yield maxes, the Apple, the OARC, and the Coney. And so depending on the timing, if my qqqy allows me to feel confident to sell out of it, I'll sell out of it and then buy a lot of the Coney, because I think I'll have time to get that dividend and get a really large dividend from that. And so that'll be a chance for me to, like, I don't know, go from maybe $1,000 in one covered call ETF to getting maybe around 2,000 in 1 month. And so what I want to show you guys is how the margin is set up on here. So I'm doing margin investing. So as you see, my investment value is at 13,723 right now, but my brokerage holdings is at 32,000. And then it's telling me the margin I have used right now is 18,641, which I took my end of the month dividend. Some of that I gave, adjusted my margin back down a little bit. But that was one thing I want to show you guys, and I want to show you guys a little bit how that margin is set up on here. If it will show me where it was investing. So when you look at your investing, when you have it set to a margin account, It'll tell you your amount of equity that is your money. And then the negative cash is pretty much the margin that you're borrowing. And so it's telling you the health of your investment. And then I think right around here, it's telling you your type of account is a margin account. You can switch it back to a cash account. Right now I have the margin enabled, and I'm using the 18,641. And the maintenance is telling you pretty much how much you need to keep above to before they do a margin call, which would make you have to sell the amount that you borrowed. But that's all good with me. They also check your day trade patterns and all that. But you always can go into your margin settings to make changes, which I'm not going to do anything right now, but I got it enabled for doing margin. I got it enabled to withdraw, to borrow some of the margin, because sometimes you need to do that. And then if you look right here, the total margin, last month when I opened this, my total margin was at 18,356. And so with the 1 month of getting dividends and just a little bit of the growth in the stock market, my total margin that I can value that I can borrow against has went up to 18,859. And even when I borrowed the margin a couple days ago to buy the qqqy, it was at 18,700 and something. So if you notice, your margin amount will continue to go up as long as your dividends are continuing to go up. Right now my yearly interest rate is at 12%. Now, if I was to buy the Robinhood Gold, it would bring it down to around 7 or 8%. But then, it doesn't matter too much to me. I would only do that maybe in a year or so when I get my account value up and I know that I'm getting, a steady amount of dividends that's going to pay the Robinhood Gold payment, which is only like around $5 a month. But I wouldn't, do that just yet. But yeah, I just wanted to show everybody how that margin's working. Again, I'll do another video in a week from now when I get my dividend from qqqy. I'll show you what I'll do if I decide to sell out most of my position. Maybe adjust the margin back down to 0. And then, when the time comes, before the ex-dividend date for Coney, I might borrow the margin back again and, buy all that to get that dividend. So, yeah, I just want to show you guys what I'm doing, how I'm using the margin. This is something new to me. But yeah, again, there's I forget the name of his channel. I think it's Entrepreneurial Investor. The guy's name is qqqy, and he's basically, his channel is talking about using margin to live the FIRE lifestyle. And so he's been doing it longer than me. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. And, if that's something that you want to continue to watch, like and subscribe to my channel. I'll keep you guys updated weekly on what I'm doing. And certainly I'll do a video showing you my end-of-month dividends. Actually, I probably could show you that now since we have a little time. Let's see here. Since I did get everything for this month, go to my history of my dividends. And so as you see, I already have some pending for December. I have a little bit from AGNC, Prospect Capital, the Orchard Island. This first dividend is the small one I get from the 6th Street Capital, but they also give you a second one, which is the main one, and that'll be a lot more. It's probably going to be around 46 cents a share. So in all, for the TSLX, I think I'll get $12 for the month of December, which is pretty much a quarterly payment. But as you see, after doing some different movements of monies, I got less this month in YYY because I sold out a little bit, put it into the SVOL. So I had $38 there. I got around $4 in Devo, $39 in the SVOL, the Simplified Volatility Fund, $15 from the XRMI Covered Call ETF, $12 from Orchid Island, $6 from Prospect. One thing I didn't show you is I did receive a little bit of auction premium on both of those. I moved both of those up to 100 shares so I could do covered calls on those. So I did pull a little bit of money, like $5 and $10 extra on those. $22 on the ARK Innovation Fund Yield Max. The Apple Yield Max, $11. Only had a couple shares of the SDVI, so that was $2.31. I had the REIT for a second, but I sold out and moved it to Simplified just for the dividend. And then, of course, I had a little bit of AGNC. And then I had a little bit of the qqqy last month, and that gave me $32. So, like I said, I expect to get around $1,000 from qqqy this month, and I'll just keep you guys posted. So, like I said, like and subscribe. Hit all the notifications. That way you don't miss any videos I put up. And certainly go to my Donald Freeman 239 site so you can look at my playlist of all the stock investors that I watch. Some of the guys like Average Joe and some of the other guys who have all the charts and show you all the different ways that they invest. And that way you have good knowledge and ideas about what to do, what websites to go to, and how to start your journey and, build up your own portfolio and have, secondary income coming in. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.